Hi, Debbie Mack here, and I promised you a second part of Many Ways I've Almost Died, and so here it is. But first, notice my new backdrop. It's a door. Yes, a door. We're doing some renovations on different parts of our house, and this door makes a nice backdrop, don't you think? I mean, you're less distracted by all the junk that was back there, right? I mean, I'm less distracted. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the many ways I've almost died. Here they are. So then the next time I almost died, a freaking tornado went right by my car. I was at library school at the time, and I came out and the sky looked so dark, and this woman stood there at the door and didn't move, and I went by her and I went rushing to the garage, and I had heard something about a tornado warning in Virginia, but then when I got to my car, I heard on the radio that it was in Hyattsville, so I was like, I gotta get out of here. And the next thing I know, I'm stuck in traffic on this road, and I look in my side view mirror, and there's this freaking tornado right there. I mean, it was coming right at me, and I was just like, oh my God. And then about, a few hundred feet away, it crossed over to the other side of the road and went onto the campus. But it still went right by my car because I could hear the transformers blowing up as it got closer and closer. It was the scariest thing, one of the scariest things I've been through in my life. And then another time I almost died, I was hit by a truck, a tractor trailer on the Beltway. And my car was really weird because I was doing a delivery for a law firm as a law clerk at the time, and I was in the right lane, and I saw this tractor trailer suddenly make a move into the lane next to mine, and I thought he was trying to come over so that he could get off at the next exit, so I kind of sped up a little to let him in. Well, the next thing I know, bam, he hits the rear of my car, and I'm hearing this ee sound as my car is turning around. I can't control the wheel, of course, and then boom, he hit me again. And then I went spinning across all four lanes of the Beltway and hit this side rail. And as I was spinning, it was like I was going in slow motion. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to get hit. And then nobody hit me. That was the strange thing. And then as the guardrail's coming closer, I thought, oh my God, I'm going to flip over the guardrail. And I think I was on a bridge too, so I was afraid I was going to go flipping over and, die or something. But I didn't. I just crashed into the guardrail, and I just sat there like this. And then I just started, after the initial shock of it wore off, I just started laughing because I couldn't believe I was still alive. And it turned out that the tractor trailer had a tire blowout or something because somebody cut him off. And there was this lawsuit and everything. I wasn't sued, but I was brought in as some kind of, I don't remember now how I was brought in. Was I sued? No, I sued for damages, that's right, because my insurance company wanted to recover what they had paid for me, so I was brought in there and I had to do a deposition, and it was just a mess, and I'm just glad that I was so glad to be alive. And then, possibly the worst one was when I fell down the escalator, or down the up escalator. I was in Boston for a writers' conference, and I accidentally went down to the wrong platform. So I took the up escalator to get up to the up platform in this train station. I thought I was going to save some money by taking the train to the hotel instead of a cab. Well, let me tell you, this up escalator was a single file escalator, and I had dystonia, my hand was not working right as usual, and I was trying to pull my bag onto the escalator, and it got stuck. And then, as I was trying to pull it, I fell, and I tried to grasp the handrail, and I didn't. I failed to grasp it, and I just went down. And I was just like upside down on this up escalator, pointing downwards. as I said, southbound on the northbound escalator. And so there I was, and this guy was behind me, but the suitcase was blocking his ability to get me and help me up. So I was like, oh, and he said, don't worry, the top is coming. I was like, okay. And we get to the top, and I get halfway pushed off, and I'm still on the escalator. I'm still half on the escalator, so I was pushing myself to keep my face from getting completely ripped off by the escalator. And I was so scared, and my hand was giving out, and I thought, any second now, my face is just gonna turn into hamburger. And I was yelling, help, 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 over and over. And I heard somebody say, hold on, don't panic, hold on, or something like that. And he came up behind me, and somehow or other I managed to push myself over. And there was this guy leaning down, and I grabbed his hands, and he pulled me up. And it was just the scariest thing in the world. And apparently I cut myself just a little bit, and I didn't know it. And there was blood coming out all over my face, and people were walking by looking at me, and I was like, what is it? And then I realized, oh my God, they're all looking at my face. So I patted my face, and then I realized there was blood all over my hand, and I said, oh my God, just like that. And then there were these other things that happened that were so strange. I mean, the guy who rescued me said, don't panic. He kept saying, don't panic, don't panic. And I was like, I'm not panicking. And he said, don't hate me because I'm black. And then he ran away, and I was like, what? And then I looked over at these guys who were next to me, and I said, what was that about? And they just kind of looked at me. And that's when I realized something was wrong other than just my falling, and that I had blood all over my face. And, well, it was just horrible. And I ripped my jeans, and I was covered with grease, and it was, I looked like a wreck. When I got to the hotel, I took a taxi. Yeah, I ended up saving a lot of money, right? And I get to the hotel, and the people behind the counter are like, hi, checking in? They didn't say a thing about how I looked. And I was like, wow, okay, do people come in here looking like this all the time? Really professional people, I guess, total professionalism. But, yeah, it was, it came up, a little rip on my chin turned out to be kind of a road rash, actually, and it didn't look too attractive. And I thought, how many agents are going to want to talk to me in this condition? Well, you'd be surprised. Many of them did. And they seemed really nice, but I didn't get an agent. Oh well. And then there was the time that I thought I had almost become a quadriplegic. Okay. I was staying at this hotel. I'm not going to say which one for fear of possibly getting sued or something. But I was staying at a hotel, and I was going to a film seminar. So I decided to stay in D.C. overnight to go to this thing that was happening Friday night, followed by all day Saturday. Okay, so I'm staying at the hotel in D.C. and in the morning I take a shower, and while I was taking my shower, I slipped in the tub and I went down. It was because my foot was clenching, and I went down and hit the back of my head on the side of the tub. And I just laid there going, sad, I was just in total shock. It happened so fast that at first I just didn't move at all. And then I started wiggling my toes and my hands, moving my hands around, and I realized I was okay. But, the back of my head hurt, it was right in the area below your skull where I hit. And so very gingerly I managed to get myself out of the tub and finish off my shower, because I still had soap in my hair. And so then I was feeling a little shaky. A little shaky, yeah. And I got out, dried off, called my husband and said, guess what happened? And I told him, And he starts asking me these questions like, what year is it? Who's the president? And I answered them correctly. And I said, do you think I need to go to the hospital? Because I really want to go to this seminar, you know? And it was a film production seminar, one that has really changed my life in many ways. But like a lot of things have changed my life. But anyway, so yeah, we decided it would probably be okay for me not to go to the hospital. But then when I was sitting there in the middle of that seminar, I had this sudden recollection of watching $1 Million Baby and the part where she hits her head on the stool. I thought, oh my God, that could have been me. And I had this moment where I just blanked out completely and didn't hear a thing of what the instructor was saying. And it just stunned me so much. Just the thought of possibly being a quadriplegic because of this goddamn dystonia disease. And I don't know, it just was frightening as hell. But anyway, I'm still alive and hopefully we'll stay that way for a while.